Hi, I'm Cherie Valentine, and the other day I recorded a video for you talking about low back pain, hip pain, and how we can look at it and how to improve it with other means besides traditional medicine. So we looked at the physical, and you can check out that video for what I talked about there. Today I want to cover the emotional way to address pain. We all have emotions that we've stored in our bodies, that we've held on to, that were never expressed or processed or released. And it finds places to kind of hang out until it can get our attention. And usually it will show up in pain and illness, um, frustration, explosive emotions, being triggered. That's how, when that's happening, when our emotions are showing up for us, it's actually a signal. It's a sign for us to either address something that we haven't been addressing, pay attention to something we're not paying attention to acknowledge an experience that maybe we never did. So emotions are actually pretty healthy when we give them the attention they're asking. The challenge is that most of us have been taught that it's not okay to feel our emotions. It's not okay to express our emotions. And each time an emotion comes up, that we ignore it, we stuff it down, we don't validate it, we try to pretend it doesn't exist, we shut ourselves into not feeling it and telling ourselves all the reasons why we shouldn't feel this and why we should be maybe happy or positive. And that's really important to do. Absolutely, having the awareness to choose how we want to show up and think and feel is so important. However, what I've discovered and what I continue to discover as I work with my clients day after day is that there's only a small percentage of your cognitive mind that can really create and control with just your thoughts alone. And if there's a misalignment in your emotions that is feeding into those thoughts, you can't possibly be creating or manifesting or showing up the way that you really are choosing to and wanting to consciously. So it's bringing those two in alignment. It's really powerful in creating your experiences. So the emotions, when they show up, are clues or signals for you to give you the opportunity to maybe look at something that you need to look at, to release something you need to release out, and to maybe shift a perception. And again, oftentimes we may not know it's an emotion that's hiding out because it shows up in different formats, as I've said, and one of them being pain, stiffness in our joints, a lot of joint pain in her hips, and just feeling really heavy down in her lower body. We did an energy healing, working with the energy in the chakras, and was able to address and discover that so much energy was being held on to around certain experiences in her past, a lot of anger and anxiety. And not only was it just hers, but it was actually corded into and attached to lineage energy through the times, and also some other energy with her daughter. And by being able to clear that energy and address that energy, she immediately felt release in her lower body. The way to address it with your emotions is to tap. EFT tapping. Fantastic. One of my favorite things to do, as you well know. And I have often gone to workshops in yoga centers and combined yoga and using the movements and bringing energy and movement into your hips, and then following up with tapping sequence specifically targeted to your hips, and looking at what are some of the emotions that we store in our hips. Typically the emotions that we store in our hips has a lot to do with mother energy, grandmother energy, female energy. And when we start to explore that and look at that and ask questions, we can often bring up some great relief and release and get more movement and mobility in our hips. So I just wanted to share with you how looking at pain in our bodies can actually signal something for you that's an opportunity to address through your emotions to find relief and release. Check back in soon, because the next time I'm going to look at the energetics of what may be causing our pain and stiffness in our body. And I'm going to wrap up the series with a tapping sequence to tie it all together. So stay tuned, come back, and I look forward to helping you release pain and emotions that are keeping you stuck, not letting you move forward, especially into creating the vision in your life that you're really wanting to do and that you can do when you have all the right tools. Take care.